from our preliminary support and usually starting to test the lower bound where the trend line formed. That's why 450 is so important from this perspective. And then, of course, for the measured move aspects, you want to be looking at your neckline, starting to draw things like from high to low. What does that length look like? Even though this is a slanted trend line, we still can sort of take that and project it outward on the breakdown. Now, this is, of course, for the bears looking to downside targets and potentially taking this pattern. Obviously, the market may want to backtest first or even see a negation of this pattern if we do end up bouncing much more strongly. But a drawdown from this pattern and the measured move itself brings us back down into October lows, basically the beginning of our turnaround inside of the September timeframe. Now, why would that be an important area to consider? As we shift into our weekly time frame, and we look back at what this market has done over the past year and a half. Essentially, this market has never had a significant close below the 20 for the entirety of 2021. We saw one of the most bullish markets across the board. And while we've seen false breakdowns from this moving average, along with attempts to breach, but obviously these corrections were bought. Excuse me. This is the first time that we're potentially seeing a close below, and this is coming from a period of indecision. That head and shoulder trading range breakdown, whatever you want to view in regards to your analysis, this is the first time we're really seeing sort of a more convincing look below. And if the market starts to breach further, consider the weekly 50. Consider the downside here in regards to an overall trend in the market, one of the strongest uptrends we've ever seen. And of course, the opportunity for buying off of the 50 if the market gets there, basically to correct the market from high to low, to look for some sort of normal drawdown, the likes of approximately 9 to 10%, and then bringing us back into another buying opportunity near key moving averages. All of this, of course, in time and lots of steps in between, but consider these ideas, consider this bias. Understand that the market is throwing up those signals. And for the first time, we're actually seeing this weakness being sold into, not necessarily bought. This is starting to mature across multiple markets. If you look at our NASDAQ, our weekly trend line being breached for the first time, especially if we close weak on this week. This candle is not fully formed, but it is convincing. It's the first time we've seen a relative breach here. And once again, just looking towards that 50 weekly, something that we haven't really tested in forever, especially in the NASDAQ. Last time we've even seen a reaction near it is before COVID or as COVID was occurring. And drawdowns to the 50 are a normal occurrence. These are normal sort of corrections in the market. These corrections are often in the form of 5 to 10% drawdowns. This one here being an 11% drawdown, but of course marking relative lows for continuation at a very strong uptrend. So keep that open mind, keep that perspective on where we are, what we've done so far, and how little the market can come down while still protecting stronger uptrends. Now, short term, want to be watching the 200 today, the QQQ coming right into this zone. And as we once again look at pre-market, we can assume that this has pretty much been tested. So should we see a buying reaction here? I would say ideally, but obviously looking for those signals intraday and trying to protect ourselves from additional downside hedging and risk in this market. And then last but not least, we've talked about the IWM, probably our weakest overall index at this point in time, slanting into our lower bound support. And this is coming into an area of interest in regards to our trading range that has been in place for the entire year. Understand that we do have some schematic propositions here in regards to Wyckoff distribution. There are some higher level analyses that can be done to sort of understand what may be next for this market. But overall, be looking to protect your downside here, as the market is not only throwing up higher selling volume as we are coming lower, but so far is putting up little to no fight in regards to a bounce. So understand where this market belongs in regards to the trend, what could be next. And while we might see some reversion to the mean prior to additional downside, one of our members here just pointing out the ABCD structure, marking these sort of relative moves. These often do mark sort of shorter term levels, but just because you're at a target doesn't mean you're ready to move higher. That is, of course, just for the bear and short traders inside of this market. So a couple of events for today. Later this afternoon, we do have Netflix earnings. This is going to be sort of the start of our bigger tech and sort of larger market cap names in this market. We've gotten through most of the banks. Banks, of course, putting a little bit of downside pressure in the market. I won't comment on that too much. We've looked at that a bit yesterday. That is continuing on yesterday's session. But for Netflix, since we are looking at an earnings potential trade here, would be wise to look at what the option market expected move is for the week. Netflix coming out Thursday afternoon, so the Friday series is often a really good gauge just because it's very close to the actual earnings announcement. And what the option market is pricing in currently is about a $37 expected move. Now, for those of y'all who haven't seen expected move too much or are just unfamiliar on how to calculate it, first off, probably let the market open. These pricings might be a little off because we do have a higher bid and ask than the close. But in general, if you're looking for a quick and dirty way to calculate expected move, the easiest thing to do is to go to the at the money, 515 in this case, straddle, and price out what the call and the put are being sold as. In this case, this is pricing in about 37. The straddle on yesterday's close at about 38. And what you can do is sort of smooth this out if it's not quite to your liking or if it's a larger spread in regards to the price. You can look at things like one above, 38.30 for the 520 straddle, and one below, 38.30 for the 510 straddle. So pretty much the at the money straddles, regardless of if you're 5 points up or down, are going to be priced at about 38 points. And that means that for earnings, this is where the option market perceives the risk. And if we see larger than expected movement outside of that, especially into earnings, this is where earnings traders either take their profit or even hedge risk if they got the sort of bias incorrect and the actual movement of the stock incorrect. So obviously, Netflix might be in play today, sort of a stock to watch today, maybe a bid into earnings. This, of course, being one of our stronger downtrends in the market. Lots of, just sell swings across the board from all-time highs. And when we're looking at the percentage downside here, we're talking about approximately 27% from high to low. Not only that, coming into an interesting support zone that we came from in regards to our breakout. So as we've seen with stocks like the IWM, these larger sort of balance zones, these trading ranges that exist for periods of time, we can move above, but then a return back has been sort of the the theme of a lot of these key breakouts and key underlines. As an example, likes of Amazon here with our initial breakout above. Okay, so additional stocks in play. A couple of additional earnings in the airliners. We did have UAL report, I believe that was last night, if I'm not mistaken. We'll just draw this into a short-term time frame. Yeah, we did see that yesterday afternoon. So, so far, a slight negative reaction to the earnings, but overall, posture here is one of more of recovery, sitting below the 200, coming from a double bottom, which was a nice trading opportunity, but that might be over and done with as far as targets. And then, of course, AAL also reporting this morning. Looks like a slight beat on EPS, but once again, these are companies that are heavy in debt and struggling to recover from some of the travel restrictions that we continue to see. And the likes of AA, which also reported this one much more in a much stronger position chart-wise, basically a non-event for earnings. So that one looking to be more of a volatility contraction event in the market. You can, of course, see this with things like implied volatility studies. Into earnings, you're going to see a slight rise of implied IV and then a decline over the next couple of weeks. This is how earnings tend to be: elevated volatility into contraction after the event is over. All right. So with the last couple of minutes, I'll open the floor to any questions. It is Thursday, last engineering the market of the week. So starting off with the bear bull chat, if there is anything you'll want to look at, we can take a look at it. Just wait for a couple of questions or tickers to come in. And then for YouTube as well, first come, first serve. Okay. AMD. Probably just want to keep an eye on your most recent swing lows. We are starting to curl the moving averages. We had some nice trading opportunity off of this spike high. This is our earnings spike high. Very important level for the market to sort of hold. Not necessarily the most bearish thing in the world. It's not necessarily breaking down overall, but watch this channel, which is formed. These are going to sort of provide those potential buys. And then if we do form a higher low and a change in the trend, the target for now should still be this upper bound of the channel, along with, if we do get some confluence here, this would be sort of a nice structural area to consider longs if you get the right signal. Tesla, I'd keep an eye out on 1050. The reason being, if you look at the volume profile over the past, 10 days here, but even if I draw it out a little bit further, it tends to be pretty close to 1050. There's basically a balance zone at 1050, and the price keeps getting drawn into it. Probably more on the option side, and you can see like what can happen when we're at this price. It's a lot of chop. It's back and forth. There's no real directional bias, but we are sitting below it, and we're sitting right at 1,000. So keep an eye on this in regards to breaches of 1,000 or just moves back into VPOC. That's sort of been the theme. It's that high to low trading, but there's a pretty major VPOC at 1050. And if you trade it intraday, you kind of know what that feels like when you're trading around that price. It's very challenging to trade Tesla at 1050. Otherwise, there's really nothing else on the chart that you can sort of glean without too much, structure here. There's a lot of up and down. I'd keep an eye on 1,000. And just like the rest of the market, we've already sort of done our stronger down move, lower high, and what we're doing is probably testing this for now. I'd still keep an eye as well on this here, which is our strong buy that caused a big spike. And then for earnings, if we're looking at the earnings coming up next week, pricing in about 105 expected move. I do expect this to rise. So watch this IV. It's at 83.5 right now. Probably going to rise a bit more. Let's see. I did AMD, 2 AMDs and 2 Teslas in the chat. Apparently, that's all y'all care about. NVIDIA, same as AMD. It's weaker, unfortunately. The drawdown has been more, I believe, if I mark this high and low. Yeah, it's about 27, 28%. So, unfortunately, there's not a lot of structure here. This is basically the only thing that stands out right here, this spike and breakout. And then you got this gap as we come lower. So, I mean, the channel still kind of works here. It's not as clean. It's a bit of a declining channel. Look for buys maybe today or tomorrow off of this, but otherwise you're still kind of limited in your target, even if you do get a bounce. And if you don't, you know, this thing could flush through the gap. There's a bit of a pocket here on the VPOC. That's the problem, is these pockets that form on larger breakout moves. Not a lot of structure here. All right. On YouTube, AK calling out AAL. Trade it with regards to its earnings. Not a lot of implied volatility priced in here. It's less than $1 of IV. And then when I shift into just the lower time frame, you know, we came from like 1720s to 1760s. That's like 40 cents. That's most of the IV that's been priced in. I'm not really seeing a lot of opportunity there, except for maybe, you know, scalping intraday. But might be worth watching. I mean, I think any stock with earnings is kind of on your secondary these next couple weeks. And it's just about which stock has more opportunity intraday. And ATVI, well, let me do QCOM, and then I'll do BABA, and that'll probably be my last one. So QCOM, probably a stronger name overall, given its location. But we just lost a 50. Yeah, mark your range on QCOM. You do have this higher volume spike here. I don't like this trading void. If we lose the trading range, it's basically, it doesn't have a lot of support here. I think it can hold. This would be the first test of this low. It can hold here, but if the market is weak, just look out. It has the potential to roll, and this trading void right now is a problem. So QCOM, it's interesting. I like where it is, but just watch out, because we just lost the 50. That's kind of why I'm a little cautious. Trading ranges are good, but they have to prove themselves. And BABA does have a gap up this morning. We will talk about it. And yeah, that is potentially a very strong trend change in the overall chart, especially if we get above the swing high. All right, y'all. Got to sign off. Take it easy. Trade safe. Stay tuned for pre-market prep. Have a wonderful rest of the week, and I'll see y'all next week.
I cannot hear you, Carlos. I don't know if you can hear
How
me.
about now? Yeah, I can hear
There
you
we
loud
go.
and
I
clear.
can hear you
Oh,
now.
okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Open Market Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning. Hope that you guys had a great day yesterday. Good morning, Norm. Welcome back, man. Hope all
Hey,
is
thank you.
well.
Thanks for Peter for hopping in last
Yep.
second. I drop my son off at school every morning. Yesterday, my wife was really sick. I had to go try to find her some medicine. Turned out to be quite the. I know
Yeah.
that somebody is saying that the store shelves are all full, but I can promise you they are not.
Mm. um, did you see how Peter hopped in yesterday? I don't know if you
Yeah,
missed it.
you just
He
yeah.
took off his his sweater like he was coming off the bench. It was
No, I did
pretty.
not see that. I was not.
Yeah,
I was not here.
you got to see it on YouTube, man. The recording
I'll
is
check it out.
hilarious. We actually got to make probably a GIF out of that or something. All right, guys, let's get to it. Yesterday, obviously, very exciting day overall. It's just the markets, the way things have been. We'll start with our watch list here. We had Sophie on deck, which let's get our 5 minute had a nice sell off. Which, well, I think everything had a good sell off depending on what you were watching yesterday. But here it is, nice sell off right out of the gates, guys. You did find a bottom eventually, but this was a beautiful one, just selling off completely here, going from 14 all the way down to 13 at 91 and then some, right? It gets a little messy here. If you're looking to take a continuation play on the 5 minute, you have to get a really good entry because some of these pullbacks were very aggressive. So that was so far yesterday. It does bounces back real nice, guys, off this 13, 14, 40 level, right? So right on here, a lot of you guys took this trade here for the long side. That traded very well, almost, well, not almost, right to the high of the day, 14, 40s or so. So again, pretty nice trade there. Bank of America also sold off here pretty nice yesterday, and a lot of the banking stocks did that as well. Apple, again, just a little rough start, and then eventually the market just took over on the sell off. And you saw everything kind of falling into place here, right? So you see Apple, nice sell off there. You do get a little bit of a bounce to the VWAP, and then some more sell off as well on Apple. So that is how that turned out there. Microsoft, same situation. Although this one, you did get a nice little pop there, and then the sell off, right? So you got initial opening range, excuse me, breakout here. And then you had a nice, beautiful sell-off towards the later parts of the day. Cisco, again, I'm not a big fan of this stock, so I didn't really watch the price action on this one. You did get a nice pop here, then it gets choppy. Volume really died down pretty fast on this. So again, nothing. I didn't see the price action, so I don't think it was anything all that great. DWAC, we were looking at quite a bit, guys. Beautiful sell-off as well. Again, you could have picked so many stocks yesterday and gone short, and you would have been okay. So that was our list yesterday. Let's take a look at the overall market and what's going on there, Norm.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we've just been in this slide for the last couple weeks, couple days. Overall, I mean, obviously, we get our bounce days. Today is one of them. We'll see how it holds. You'll see a lot of China. Excuse me. I was thinking about another piece of news, but China on the board, up with the lowering of interest rates. And to try to help some of their economy that's slowed down a little bit. And then obviously we're in earnings, so we've got initial claims, continuing claims this morning just came out a moment ago. Philly Fed came out, and then existing home sales at 10 a.m. as well.
Oh, all right. Yep. We definitely got a lot going on today. So let's take a look what's happening here, guys. Let's look at our gappers list this morning. We got I was going to say
Initial
T.
claims came in at 296 versus 220, so hotter than expected.
Mm-hmm.
Continuing claims popped up as well to 1.635 versus 1.58 million expected. So a little bit worse than expected there. Philly
All
Fed
right.
was a little bit better.
All right. Perfect. Thank you, Norm. All right, guys. So let's get in here. TCON, whatever company this is. Hold on. I'll link it up here. Hold on a second, guys. Let me link my trade ideas. Here we go. External linking. Let's get that set up. And that's going to save us some good time there. Wait, no. Let's link into something incorrectly here. Add link, montage. And my system is... Oh, no, I'm hitting the wrong key. No, my system is fine. It's the user hitting the wrong key there. There we go. So TCON, very nice. Here it is, guys. So this is up 8.1, 196,000 shares traded. Pretty choppy pre-market action. Does not look like it trades very well neither. Looks a
No,
little
this is
bit.
Trip.com.
Oh yeah, this is horrible.
Trip.com out of China. It trades pretty poorly, but they are this. Like I said, most everything Chinese is up this morning on that interest rate cut.
Yep. Horrible trading stock, guys. I mean, I'm not gonna look at this one. Propeller, does the link always work for me? Are you talking about the trade ideas link? As we do this, let's get rid of our watch list. And if so, yes, it always works. It just resets every time you turn off your computer, but it does work. Here's a JD, guys. JD's up nicely, 6.5. Worth watching. JD has had a couple of good days. I have not traded it yet, but I've seen some really amazing trades from Brian, especially, and some of you guys in the community. PDD also up 6.4. Again, nice breakout here above 65, 30, 30. I'm going to put it on here as a possible for now. We'll come back to that. Not a huge fan of that. Baba, I do like quite a bit. So I'm definitely adding Baba to the list here. I actually prefer them over JD any day there. Here's Billy this morning. Again, all these Chinese stocks, right? Billy, Baba, JD, everything is kind of up here this morning. Billy so far, I don't want to just pack everything with all these Chinese companies. I'm going to keep this one off for now. I got Baba, I got JD. I think that's pretty good for the most part. FU to you this morning, my friends. This one here is up 5.6.
I missed you as well, Carlos.
5.6, 416,000. And again, I know some of you guys have traded this. I've seen you guys do that. I hate the price action, the way this thing moves. So I think today, the way things been, I think we'll find something better to trade. And also, this gappers list doesn't have great names here, but we've seen the way this market is trading. You really don't need a whole lot. Just gotta wait for the SPY to see what it wants to do, and then find your favorite stock that gets great volume, like an Apple, which I am going to add to my list, by the way. I am going to add Apple. Already 1 million shares traded, pretty much flat right now after a nice red day yesterday, coming down to this level now. What are we here? Well, we lost a good level. This was the nice level we had here around 168.09. Let's see what it does. It'll be an interesting day for it for sure. So
got the
Apple
50-day in play there.
Yeah, so it's gonna be good, guys. Eventually, things are going to start hitting a place where some people might find this is a great value, right? One of them that I got an eye on is American Airlines, right? Every time this thing gets around under 18, under 17, again, just personal opinion, for me, it's a good idea to get into some long time type things there. TRV this morning, oh no, horrible. It's just not looking great at all. SoFi was good yesterday. This morning, already giving you some good action, guys. 1.7. Hasn't had a great day the last two trading days, as you can see here. Gapped up yesterday, sold off. The day before that also had a nice sell-off. It's a big gap, by the way. You're down from 12 to 15. Could be good today. I like the action on it. I like the last couple of days. It's been trading nice. We'll put SoFi right on here. XPEV this morning. Let's see what's happening there. It's pretty quiet. I don't think it's really in play. I don't see anything good on this. I see Lucid. I see Neo. Let's take a look at Lucid here. Maybe Lucid. They have the better volume this morning, but I don't see anything great on them right now. Neo, 664,000, up 3%. I don't know about these guys. NKLA, they're all on here. NKLA is also on here. You know what? I'll watch one, maybe two. We'll put Lucid on the list because they can be explosive. And I'll put Neo as a possible for now. Let's do that. TLRY on the list, up 2.2 this morning. Horrible pre-market action, though. Doesn't really have anything going for it. So this is really not in play at all. Plug, I know you guys like this one, and we'll probably throw it out. So I'm going to just look at it now. Up 2.1, 178,000. But man, it's just the pre-market action is not looking great. Again, we have a lot on this gap up list, especially towards the bottom. There's this 2.0, 2.8, 2.9. You're just getting a little bit of a bounce maybe from the sell-off yesterday. So not really in play yet, guys. We really got to wait for the market open to see how these are going to react to that. So we got a few of those. Let's see how that is going to play out today. GLBE, this is down 14%, 173,000. What is this thing? GLBE, it is a 39 million shares float. Global online what?
It's an
Okay.
Israeli internet retailer.
Hmm.
Uh,
Look,
uh,
look at the drop here,
mm.
guys. 173,000, and you're down 14%. This is very, very spotty. Doesn't get volume at all. I'll be concerned with something like this. Be careful. I'm not going to have that on my list. GMVD this morning, they are not much going on. Had a big day yesterday. Outside of that, looking for a continuation day today, but I'm not seeing it. It's at 8.6 million.
This is Israeli as well.
It is. Okay.
Mm.
Low flow stock, guys, but again, you need a lot more volume than that. AMH this morning also not looking good. We'll skip down.
It's a
Ford. It's a REIT, this one? Yeah, those trade horrible.
Yeah.
Ford is on this list down 2.5 after a huge man. Did not someone threw out Ford, and I meant to look at it yesterday in the chat, and I got distracted with something else, and I never went back to it. Man, look at Ford.
Yeah. Got a
Wow.
downgrade this morning too. So
Wow, that is a nice little drop there for them. Yeah, Forest definitely could be interesting today, man. Yeah, that could be fun. Let's see what happens. All right, Norm, anything you like on your end?
I'm still looking, man. I've been out for a couple of days, so I'm just trying to get my bearings again.
Yep, absolutely. Guys, over on YouTube, hit that thumbs up, please. We really appreciate it. It helps us out a whole lot as we continue to do these shows in the morning. So appreciate your support very, very much. Sitting at 79 likes, we'll get to 250. We'll be very, very happy. All right, guys, let's take it to the chat. Let's see what you guys have this morning. Starting with Michael, you're giving us ALF, which is
Great
as you guys
sitcom.
know, great sitcom, but horrible trading stock. So man, it's at $2. Wasn't this like a 10, 20? Yeah, it was
Yeah.
before.
It wasn't. It was a decent trading ticker back last summer, but
Yeah. Man, guys, I don't know about this one. I mean, they're trying to hold here, and stocks, at this such a low price, I don't tend to do well on. But yeah, this is doesn't look good for me, Michael. So be careful on this. AMD, good PM volume. Yeah, 643,000. That looks very good this morning. Yeah, we can add AMD. I'm only putting them as a possible, but as a top possible, but we'll look at it and fine tune it. Nvidia, it's not looking as good as AMD. Apple does look good. We do have that one. Microsoft, yes, Microsoft was on the move the last couple of days, and today also looking actually really good. 322,000. Trying to get a little bit of a bounce here going off this level 303 that we had here. Just look at the support you're getting right in this area. Yeah, Microsoft is good, guys. We can add Microsoft. Here we go. Tesla. Let's take a look at. I skipped a few. Let's head back up here. Piton and then Tesla. Let's look at Piton here next. No, there's no volume. Only 75. Yesterday you had some action on it, but why was this going up yesterday? Because the market was going down, so they decided people are going to stay back indoors or something. I mean, why is this going up? Any news on this?
they're laying off like half their sales and marketing force. I heard that much. They finally realized that I think the quote was their growth was, I can't remember. They were growing too fast and recklessly, and so they're laying people off and hopefully, become profitable.
Okay.
I didn't know they had a lot of stores, but
Yeah.
maybe that's part of it. Anyway.
I didn't know they had stores. I've seen their van right around, installing stuff, but that's about it. Tesla. Let's take a look here. Tesla, pretty quiet right now. Not a whole lot going on this moment. So, all right. What else we have? Baidu, Amazon. Amazon is for me. It's not a great intraday trading stock, and it's pretty quiet right now, right? Let's look at QCOM this morning. What's going on there? QCOM, no, it's not really in play unless there's something else that you know that we don't. But look at the action right now. There's no volume on it really. So that's not good. Lucid, we have on deck already. AMD, we do have. JD, Baba are good. Those are on our list. LVS, what is going on with LVS? I know Brian called this out yesterday, but at the moment, I don't see anything going on. But now LVS is one of these stocks, guys, where you can get a pretty crappy pre-market action, and sometimes it can put in a decent day like this one here on the 18th, right? no action at all in the pre-market, right? So you really got to wait for the market open. Then you got to, again, without looking at the price action, I don't know how decent this was, but you got a little pop here, right? It looked like it got some volume, some decent volume there. So you really got to wait for the market open. If you like this one, put it as a possible. I don't see anything too good on the daily right now. So so just keep that on the possibles list if you want. DWAC this morning, good yesterday, not so great pre-market right now. I'm gonna keep it off my list. Apple is good. We have that one, and EH as in the ticker, or like like the day's not looking good, like, or is that
If you have
like,
to ask, you have to ask, there might
yeah.
be a problem.
I agree. Well, this was looking right? It's looking like that. So it's not looking good right now. Volume is really light. I mean, you're up 16.06, 11.6, but just look how bad this thing is trading. Look at the gaps you have in here. And if you look at, right, let's give us the benefit of the doubt. If you look at their daily, for the most part, you're not even getting 1 million shares traded here for the most part on a lot of these days, right? So that's not good for us. We need volume. We need things to move and give us a nice price action. All right, let's stop here. Let's take a look at YouTube. American Airlines, Bridget, you're giving us that. Let's take a look what's happening there. Yeah, they're having a rough day, as you can see here. The last 3 trading days have not been fun for them. They could be interesting. Let's take a look at American Airlines here. United Airlines. Yeah, I think it'll be worth watching one as a possible, just to see if we get any type of bounce back day today, right? These obviously had a nice sell off the last couple of days. Lucid, we do have. SoFi, we do have, looking good this morning. I really hope Andrew has plans for he does have plans for his TNA position. He is going to hold and to become green. Now the challenge for him is going to be, can he hold it long enough on the green side to make that much, right? That is the challenge that he has. But yeah, he'll be fine. Andrew will be fine with that. BTG. No. BTG is no good, guys. Acoustic. What do you see in this one? Just curious. I mean, this is not. And no offense. Maybe you're seeing something we're not seeing, but I'm not seeing anything great on this, right? Also, sitting in the American Stock Exchange, this exchange scares me. There's nothing good that comes out of that. I mean, I'm sure there is, but for the most part, no. Nothing good comes out of that exchange. DATS. No, more of a penny type stock here, breaking out of $3. You do have great volume. Let's see. What's the float? DATS. What's the float on this? 13 million. Let's see if it can hold here and give us some good action, right? It's got to come back up. If it just starts dwindling down here, it's no good. Let's see. Let's put it on here. We haven't had a good low flow in a while. This one is not good, but let's see what it does. Don't like Futu. Nvidia this morning. Let's take a look there. Nvidia. I mean, you could watch Nvidia, guys. I'm gonna watch Apple. I think Apple is these tech companies are somewhat moving very similar. Apple's gonna have, I think, the better volume and the better pre-market activity, but Nvidia's been really good too. XPEF I don't have, but I do have Neo. I do have Lucid. Becky has not been all that good to us right now. They're up 6%, 288,000. Pre-market action, I don't know. I mean, it's breaking. It has potential to break out here, right? And yesterday it looks like it had a nice little trading day. Oh no, this is yesterday. Oh, look at this drop, and it just goes. Man, this is brutal. Yeah, I'm not sure about this one, guys. I don't like what I'm seeing on it. To be honest on that. Okay, perfect, guys. I think we're all set here. Let's go over to our community events and announcements. We'll come back and fine tune this list. It doesn't look great right now, but again, that can turn around really, really quickly here.
All right. Thor's tape reading webinar is posted next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. We've got Peter. He's going to be talking about day-by-day plan to start your trading journey. That's for the Success webinar series next Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, we'll have Crata coming up. Note the special time next Wednesday, 5 p.m. because of her time zone, talking about decoding your trading challenges, fear of trading, or holding a trade. And Mike's webinar from last night should be up soon if it's not already. They're saying Thor's webinar is not posted yet. So we'll be working on that, I promise. If you've not seen it, check out stocktradingsimulator.com. It is a free web-based application. You don't have to download anything. You don't have to sign up for anything. But if you'd like to, you can sign up for Eamon and Simon's homework assignments, bottom left, right-hand side. Man, I'm out of the saddle for a day or two, and mind is a mess.
Well, we had that day off too, right? The Monday, so
Yeah,
it's been
exactly.
a bit. It's been a bit.
Exactly. I was off a couple days last week with COVID, off Monday.
Yeah, yeah.
Back for a day, and I'm all over the place, so I apologize. All right, if you are watching on YouTube, haven't been in the chat, you'd like to try it out, you can go to bearbulltraders.com, scroll down about halfway down the page, you'll see that test drive now button. Click it, use the promo code premarket24 when you sign up. It'll get you a discount off the intro membership, which is not recurring. It only bills you one time, and then after a week it cancels itself. And if you'd like to become an elite member, you can use the promo code winter40, get you 40% off the annual elite membership.
All right, thank you so much, Norm, for that. All right, let's get to it, guys. So here we have, what do I think about AMD being red in comparison to Apple, NVIDIA, and the SPY? Let's take a look. It's a good question here.
What's up?
Okay.
What was the question?
Asking, what do we think about AMD being red in comparison to Apple, NVIDIA, and the SPY in the green? I didn't notice that, but let's see. Here's AMD. But it's slightly though. It's not a big. I mean, if you look at Apple, it's pretty much flat, right? So it's not a big. And AMD's down 1.2.
AMD got a downgrade this morning. That's the reason.
Okay,
I mean, yeah. So it's got its own catalyst.
Got it. That makes sense there. So AMD got its own catalyst. All right. So that explains it. That's it right there. I think at the end of the day, man, I think they're both going to be good to watch, right? AMD looks good. AMD looks good. I mean, Apple looks good. So, yep, we'll see. All right, let's get to it, guys. So our list this morning, we have Apple, we have SoFi, we have Lucid, we have Ford, which again down 2.6 after a big red day yesterday. And we have Microsoft here trying to climb out of 310. Looking rather nice this morning. Pre-market looks good on Microsoft as well. So not a bad list, but not amazing, right? It can be better. Let's start with Apple this morning. So at the moment, you have tons of levels up here, guys. These highs and lows from the last two trading days, right? Just look at this kind of this range you have here between, what is this, 173 looks like, down to about 169.50ish or so. Again, your highs and lows just doing a pretty good job there. You can see in every time we get into this zone, some of these days are respecting that. They're bouncing right off these highs and lows. They got some previous days close on here. You have some support. So there's a lot happening there that looks very, very good when it comes to Apple. So you definitely want to be paying attention to these highs and lows, right? We keep them on our charts for a reason, and you can see how great that's been working out there. Here above the price action, we do have, I know that's the previous day close, but also I'll give this a little bit more weight. Look at the nice level there on the daily here and here. That is going to be your 167.32, which is a couple of cents off your pre-market high this morning. Then we got the previous day close. And also keep in mind we have the 50 as Nora mentioned, so that's going to be in play for Apple today as well. Towards the bottom we have another level of 164.26, and then down here right in this area 161.72. Right, great level there. You see the pop. Broke out of that, came right back down, right back to that level. So that level had some good resistance there, that 161.72. So that is Apple, guys. Just two levels, pretty simple there. Everything else is pretty much set for you. SoFi this morning, explosive yesterday, well, not to the downside, not to the upside, to the downside. Still I mean, this was a strong move. I know this candle ended red, but just look at the gap up you had. This gap up was from 12 to 14, right? So that's a big move that it did there yesterday. Yes, it sold off down here, and now we're back up again. I still see this as somewhat as some strength here happening. So can we break out of this pre-market highs? Highs from yesterday, which is almost your pre-market high this morning. Pre-market high, yes, like right on there, guys. If you see this, it's like not too far from that. So can we break out of this level, right? It's going to be the thing to see here. So far, looking very good, up 4% with 2.3 million shares traded. We'd love to see this break out of that level. Hopefully not too early, so we have a chance to join on the fun there. 1539, 1648, so a couple of levels there that have a lot of resistance, a lot of touches on this daily. You also have this here. I like this because you have the ping pong action going back and forth there. That is going to be 1479, right? 1480-ish. So again, a lot of touches here as well. You see the action there. Then finally, you break out of that range. So that is nice there. The only thing I'm going to mark down, guys, is the low of the pre-market. You want to have that on there as well, slightly above the previous day close. But I think that's a good one, 1391 to have on your list. So good action, good volume, looking real nice, especially after 7, right? After 7 a.m. this morning, you're seeing the increase in volume and you're seeing this thing trading pretty nicely. Here's Lucid, guys. I mean, doesn't look great right now. We have a lot of EVs on our tickers, on our gappers list this morning. So I just picked 2. I got Lucid, and I also have a Neo down here as well, just to keep an eye on those. So, but again, looking at this one, this looks more of a possibles list. Oh, thank you guys. I'll scroll this up here so you guys can see the top of the watch list. Thank you, David, for that. So yeah, we'll keep both of them on here. Surrounded by the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. High of the pre-market on this is 41.67. We'll slam a level there above the highs and lows from the last 2 trading days. We have 43, and we obviously have all the way up here 46.25. So let's see. A very explosive stock. Would love to see this breakout with some heavy volume. Already, guys, 700 and almost 80,000 shares traded. So that should be good volume at the market open there. Here's Ford, guys, taking a little bit of a dive. They got a downgrade, sounds like. So again, not looking so happy there. 21.77. This is the most action we've seen on Ford in a very long time, guys, right? I mean, look at the way Ford is trading. Even I believe these candlesticks you're getting here. So 21.77, low of the pre-market. At the moment, let's see if it's going to hold. Really testing the patience there. As you can see, high of the pre-market, very close to the low, to the previous day close on there. So I'm not going to worry too much about that. We do have 23.34 up here, gray area support. You can see every time we came up here, we found a way to bounce. So we'll see if we are going to get back into that green territory. Right now, it's not looking so hot for them. They seem to be on the weaker side. Another level here, guys, 21.04. And I think that would do it for Ford this morning. Over here, we have Microsoft. Microsoft getting a nice bounce right now of this 302-ish area right on there. That's the low from the last 2 trading days. Also, your previous day close is obviously right on there as well. So a couple of levels here towards the top. I was going to mark down the high of the pre-market, but that is also being taken care of from the low from the highs from 2 days ago right on there. So again, don't need to worry about that neither. I think we are set on Microsoft when it comes to levels. I don't see a reason to add more to this madness here. Over here, though, let's go back to October. We do have a nice little support area right here at 306. I'm going to just mark that down there just to have that accounted for. But yeah, I don't think we need to add anything else. This looks very good right now on Microsoft. Good volume. Let's see how that is going to translate into the market open. Some good possibles, good mentions. I'm going to definitely do levels for AMD, right? Because I think AMD can actually replace like a Lucid if it doesn't get going early on. So AMD looks very good here. Low of the pre-market, 125.07 towards the bottom. If we're to lose that, obviously, this is a big level here. This 119 area of resistance that then becomes support. Nice little pop there. And then I'm going to mark this one here also, this 122.75. There we go. All right, so we're all set on AMD there. And then we have PDD here, just in case, Neo, and I have American Airlines in case there's going to be a bounce type play with the SPY today. We'll see what happens. All right, let's take a look at our chat here. What do we have, guys? We're done pretty early, 9 a.m., right? We went through our watches. We got our levels set. What can we get into, guys? What can we get into? Let's see. Our moderators list, Peter has his list already very early this morning. AMD, Baba, Ford, secondary list, Apple, American Airlines, SoFi, and Piton for him at the moment. And a couple of SPACs that are coming out. I'll show you that, guys, in a second once I have more moderators lined up here. Carl, will you miss tickers at the top of your list? Are you talking about... Oh, Baba. I missed 2. Thank you, guys. Yeah, thank you. You guys have paid attention. Ben, thank you for that. And also, I think CFC also mentioned that. So, yeah, above Apple, we do have Baba, which I actually did like. I remember Baba looked good, right? We got a nice little pop here, 872. So, yeah, let's do the levels for that. 135.90, we'll throw that there. Low of the pre-market, we have 133.88. And then right up here, we have 138.77 for Baba. So, looks good, guys. Nice pop this morning. Great volume. And Baba does this all the time, right? They'll pop up and they'll just go sideways, right? But you have a lot of Chinese stocks popping up today. But I see Baba do this so often. And then he'll put in a really good trading day. So don't get fooled by this. Sometimes we look at other stocks do this, right? Do this sideways action. We're like, it's no good. But Baba is different, man. They do this all the time in the pre-market, and with volume, right? Just push volume around back and forth. Then at the bell, they can actually trade very decent. So just keep that in mind when it comes to Baba. Here's Apple. We have already JD. The more I look at JD, I'm just gonna keep an eye on
We'll
Apple,
say, I
guys.
heard you just talking about Baba as I was coming back in here.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep in mind, if you watch that, if you're not used to it, it's strange. It's one of those tickers that, like, the market can open and Baba's open, but no shares are going through for like 2 or 3
Yeah,
minutes, and then all of a
yeah.
sudden it'll get volume.
Which is click in, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird, man. It happens all the time, and again, it's just be aware of that. But yeah, definitely looking good this morning. Guys, I'm putting JD down. Again, I think we have Baba, Apple, SoFi. I think we have an okay list, right? It could be better. It's okay this morning. All right, moderators are coming in with their tickers there. We'll take a look at those in just a second. TNA. What about TNA? TNA, yeah, I mean TNA is getting a little bit of a bounce, right? Like the market is right now. They're up 1.2. The SPY, what do we have? The SPY is slightly up as well after a couple of rough days. We'll see, guys. It's going to be a very interesting open. Just looking at the SPY is going to be fun today, right? So we'll see. All right, anything else? APM on fire. What ticker is that? What company is this? APM. Yeah, no, they got volume. I mean, these lower price stocks, you just got to be very careful. Got to be careful. What's the float on this thing? 8.1, 8.8 million, right? I don't mind trading low floats. I like them above, like, man, $5, $3. This 177. I don't know. Um, let's see. What is DATS doing here? DATS, yeah, it's not looking good, guys, right? It's kind of dying down here a little bit, so that's not looking good neither. APM, we'll add this on here. Just be careful with this, man. Be careful with this one. All right, what else do we have? All right, moderators got their list pretty early, so yeah, let's go there. Let's take a look at our moderators lineup, guys. Let me bring this over, resize this. Over on YouTube, as I am doing this, please hit that thumbs up. We appreciate it very, very much, and it does help out the channel quite a bit. So thank you for that. Sitting at 151 this morning. We'll love to be into that 200 category. So yeah, thank you for that. Here we go, guys. IPOs, as I mentioned earlier, Peter is looking at a few. Oh, not looking, but he's reporting a few there and a couple of SPACs. Peter's list we already called out, but AMD, Baba, Ford, Apple, American Airlines, SoFi, and Piton this morning. Dima is looking at American Airlines, JD, Microsoft, and Apple. Mike, Baba, JD, and Apple. Thor, SPY, Apple, and Baba. Aiming potential shorts today. I was almost at GameStop, but that's GM, the actual car company, in PFE. Tiffany's looking at Apple, Microsoft, and Baba this morning. So, pretty tight list from everyone here, right? Not a whole lot of tickers out there. And you can see Baba, JD, and Apple are probably some of the favorites that we have on our list as well this morning. Chris, pull up Laser. What's going on with Laser?
Somebody said they just had a deal with Mercedes. I don't know if I trust this pop, but we'll see. It's moving a little bit like a low float, but it's not.
Yeah. So it's definitely not a low float. But today you definitely want to have it on your risky pile. I mean, this thing went from 13 to 16. Let's see how this is going to hold here and how good this catalyst is. So definitely worth watching. I'm not going to add levels to it yet. Let's wait for it to settle down a little bit, and then we can take a look at it before we hop off. But yeah, definitely some action there on Laser this morning. Nice pop. What else we have? Yeah, Manfred. Norm just said it. Possible deal with Mercedes-Benz there on Laser, right? Right, Norm? That's correct.
Yeah, LAZR.
We'll see. You got a big name being thrown out there, so let's see if that's gonna stick or not. BYND had news. What news? Norm and I are part of the corporation board members there, so we know about that. If there's any news on BYND, maybe they did not invite us to the meeting this morning. But yeah, you're getting a little bit of a pop here. 8.4, 130. Yeah, let's see what it does. Any news, guys? Any news?
Somebody said something about McDonald's.
Again? That's not
I
new, right?
guess. Hey,
I
they
mean,
go
how many
back and
times can
forth,
you
man.
how many times can you play on that news?
Every time somebody buys a Beyond the Meat hamburger at McDonald's, it's announced
I guess. I mean,
because it doesn't
hey,
happen very often.
we sold one. Ding, ding, ding. Got the bell going off and everything. And come on. Right. We'll see where it goes. Yeah, you are getting some action here, guys. This thing is popping up now. This is very, very risky action right now, guys. Be very, very careful. Look how this thing is moving with very low volume through a whole dollar's like nothing, right? So be careful on that. Let's wait for it to settle down and see what it actually means. All right, guys, we are pretty much set. Recap our list here. Baba, yeah, Baba, I see it coming back towards the highs here. That looks good. I definitely like Baba. I like Apple as well. Looking very nice this morning. SoFi, guys, taking off here. Setting a new high of the pre-market over at 14.38. So actually, 14.38 is going to be right up here. Yep, here we go. 14.38. There it is. So yeah, I like this 14.31 though. So I'm going to keep that there too. Wait a minute. Where's my daily on SoFi? Here we go. Let's link it to the bottom. There it is. So yeah, so that looks decent. Lucid this morning, also breaking out nicely here. Ford heading the other direction, so I think that'll be fun today. Microsoft and Laser. So Laser just half here, just to see. Look at this. You see, 80 cents drop right now. You know, people getting in here thinking of continuation, a little bit of FOMO, and now you're down. 70 cents. Just again, just be careful when you see these pops. This is the worst thing to chase, I think. And I done it. I done it in the past for sure, plenty of times, and it never works out, right? But this type of pops is probably the worst thing to chase. Never do that. It's just look at the madness now. Let's see where it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have one too many. Well, you know what? Laser's not really a ticker I'm gonna look to trade. I'm gonna put this one here just for entertainment purposes only right now. And that brings me down to my 6. All right, excellent. 9, 10 coming up. Jared's coming in with his list. SoFi, QCOM, and Ford. He's also looking at a couple of Chinese stocks there, and Bitcoin. He's looking at some Bitcoin stuff as well. So we are pretty much set here, guys. Yeah, we cover everyone. Yes, we're pretty much set this morning. All right, guys. Anything else? Anything else that we have not looked at that we can take a look at?
Actually, when you were saying that, and sorry, I was in the middle of it, and it was a little bit of a freaky trade. I shorted Laser from 1570 down to 1460. So
very, very nice. Yes, that is the way to do it, my friends. Yeah,
it was a little scary at first, but that's all right.
Yeah, that's one of those focus trades, and yeah, it's 100%. But yeah, look at this thing's man. We'll see. Got some good volume coming into this 1 million already. So we'll see where that
Ben
goes.
over on YouTube wants you to hit the hotkey with my vegan t-shirt since you were talking about us being on the board of Beyond the Meat. I don't think they'll.
I have to get so when I reset my computer, I had it here and I had to put it back. So yeah, I got to put that back, that hotkey. Oh man. But yeah, I'm gonna set that up. I do have this one. If you guys want to see this one, this is pretty close too, though.
No.
This is pretty close to the trade you just did. Risky. I mean, it's not low flow
200
stock.
million share, 200
Still
million
a risky
share
trade.
company.
Still a risky trade.
It was okay. Fair enough.
All right, guys. I think we're all set here. Anything else? Any questions we can answer, guys? Tonight we have. Today is what, Thursday? Is it Thursday? No, it can't be Thursday. What day is it? It is Thursday. Wow. It is Thursday, guys. Yeah. So we do have Thorship this evening and a couple of mentorship. Thursday? Is it Thursday? What they call it?
Yeah, something like that.
Thorship sounds okay too, I think. Thorship. But yeah, he's going to be on tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time, guys. So definitely do not miss that. We also have Ed at 4:30 this afternoon. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening. Definitely take advantage of that. So pretty good. Just check and see if there's anything else that we can miss that we can look at. Neo is rocking on some volume today. I have Neo on my secondary list. Yeah, it is. I mean, 2 million shares traded on Neo, and it's not trading all that great pre-market, but I still have it as a possible because again, if this thing can break out and that volume can come in aggressively, that can be fun. I also have Lucid on my main list because their pre-market action looks a lot better. Although they have less volume, their pre-market activity looks great, right? But what I really like this morning is Baba. Oh, there we go, breaking out of 135, creating a new pre-market high here. I like Apple a lot, especially with the way the market is. SoFi is good if it can continue to break out here. We'll see. And that's really it that I really like right now. And for some reason, Ford with this drop today, I think that that could be interesting as well for a short. So we'll see.
Here's
We'll
this.
see. We'll see.
Here's
What was
this
that?
laser trade.
What's Laser doing? Let's go back to Laser. Laser's where the fun is at right now. Let's see. At decision time, are we going to make this a pullback, or are we going to make this an engulfing pattern? What are we doing here?
I don't know.
This is a tough spot to be in.
It is. There's
If
my
this
laser trade.
yeah, this is a scary situation here. It can go either way
That's
very
why
fast.
I was in once, out once, done.
Yeah, agreed. Can
Just
you
a
guys
little
stay
appetizer.
open during the trading day? Rick, we've done that before plenty of times. We'll do it again. We'll do it again later down the line. Norm will set something up. Maybe we'll do one day, stay live in the after the after the pre-market press. So we'll set that up. But yeah, we've done it in the past plenty of times. So if you want to see what the community's all about, though, join the chat room for a
Yeah.
week, right? 24
Try the
bucks,
intro.
man. 24 bucks.
All
And you
day.
get access. You get access. We got time. Yeah, we got 2 minutes. You get access to a whole lot of stuff, guys. Let me show you here. Hopefully you guys can see. No, you know what? Let me do it
While you're
correctly.
pulling that up, Victor, how much weight do you give to prior day movers? It depends. I mean, low floats that get a quick pop, a lot of times are not real good the next day. But if you've got a good strong catalyst, it can carry 2 or 3 days. One thing they talk about is especially during earnings season, like a big earnings miss, for instance, and you'll have a big sell off on a ticker that's done really well. They'll have the 3-day rule that a lot of times we talk about it, and the premise of swing trading is that you don't want to try to bottom feed off of that and grab a deal the first 3 days, because a lot of times it'll sell for 3 straight. You can always use that to your advantage, maybe to the short side you should maybe take a look at that as an advantage to the short side on a day trade. So yeah, I mean, a previous day, a move, if it's substantial and has a good catalyst, definitely can signal something continuing to be in play.
Yep, absolutely. Guys, so here it is. You get access with your week trial for 24 bucks, right? To the main chat, which is where we are at now. And you get access to Ed's room as well, right? Ed Martin's chat. So again, both really, really great chat rooms. And look at the schedule, right? This is on YouTube, so you get access to this. You get access to this already. But you get the momentum trading with Andrew and Brian at the market open, right? 9:15 to 11:30. Then Norm or John comes on midday between 11 and 12. You have Eamon as well. You have Thor coming in the afternoons. You have Peter at the close. And then you have the market also swing trading reviews by Brian. By the way, Brian's swing trades, guys, completely free. You can sign up for that. And also, Ed has his own swing trading, very different, 2 different styles, both very good. Sign up for that. And you also get, I mean, the list goes on, but you get access to options trading as well by Artie on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesday and Thursday, you also get to talk with Ed about growing a small account. I never miss those. They're really, really good. And some of the stuff here on growing a small account can apply to any account, really. The information is so good. So it's a lot going on here, guys. And you get this all by just going to our website, over our friends on YouTube. And you can come in here and right at the bottom over here, there is an intro membership. You could do it in here, join, hit the discount code premarket24, and you could have 7 days of access for 24 bucks. You can't beat that. All right, guys, we are all set here. Let me see any moderators line up. No, I'm waiting to see if Brian will throw his out. But speak of the devil, the buzzer beater. There he is. Brian coming in with his list. Let's finalize this here. He's looking at BYND Laser, VALN, BYND twice, so he really loves that one today. And he's looking at AA this morning. So, guys, that is our list today. Take care. Trade safe over on YouTube. We got 215 likes. If we can get 30 more, I'll appreciate it very, very much. Appreciate you guys doing that. It supports the channel. It helps us out a whole lot. Norm and I are going to continue in the chat here. Have a safe trading day. And remember, tonight, 8 p.m., we have mentorship with Thor. And we also will see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. with Engineering the Markets. No, we won't see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. because it's Friday.
It's Friday.
We will see. I keep thinking it's Wednesday. We will see you.
It's short weeks, man.
Yeah, we will see you at 8:30 a.m. Norman and I to prepare for the market open last day of the week. So have fun, guys. Trade safe.
Take care, guys. Trade safe.